Hey everybody, Monk here, and this trail bite is on a question that I'll get very often because I hike the trail solo on my own. Is on loneliness and did I get lonely on the trail? Was that a problem for me? And I'd have to say, for the most part, no. It wasn't, and I'll explain why. But first, I'll share the times where it did become challenging for me. As I got to McAfee Knob, which is the crown jewel, it's the rock outcropping, and everyone gets there. Their through hiker picture overlooking the ledge of McAfee Knob. Although I kind of got a bit of a heights issue, so I wasn't going to get that close. But anyway, I got there in the morning on a beautiful June day. And I just kind of assumed, since it's the most traveled spot in the entire Appalachian Trail, that there would be like dozens of people there, and no, there was no one there. And I waited for, you can only take so many selfies, for an hour and a half for someone to come and take my picture, and nobody ever did. So that was kind of a sad moment for me. So like I said, it wasn't lonely as much as it was sad. And then when I did like the Mahoosic Notch in Maine, which is it's considered the hardest mile on the AT, which it isn't really, but that's what they like to say. And it's these huge boulders, and I thought it was just a lot of fun. And what I found, and I was, again, the only one. There was nobody around, and I thought that's such a popular spot that there would be a lot of people, and there weren't, and I had no one to share it with. So there was a lot of times I had some moments on the trail, and I didn't have connectivity either, so I couldn't call a friend or phone a friend or whatever. So that was a little challenging, but for the most part, not at all. And they say, if you have a really good friend, whatever you do, don't go on a through hike with them, because you won't be friends afterwards. And I get that, because there's so much that you have to deal with at any given time, whether it be physically or emotionally, energy levels, injuries, motivation. I mean, you can go on and on and on and on and on. And to sync up with another person like that, in my view, it's almost, it's not impossible. I never want to say that, but it's very difficult, very challenging, which is why a lot of people, they maybe start solo, and then they end up finding their trail family, or tramily for shorthand. And that becomes a hugely important part of their experience, is that social part. And that's actually what they take more than even the trail itself. For me, it was just different. I'm just very happy and content with the relationships in my life. And I really wanted the trail experience. And so the solo really worked for me. And interestingly, even though my trail name was Monk and I was kind of pursuing a spiritual experience, I found relationally, it became one of the most relational experiences of my entire life. There were so many people that helped me during my journey, with the trail angels, and yes, they're real. I thought they were like, pixies or unicorns, but they're real, and they helped me at my time of need. The timing was unbelievable. There's an expression on the trail which kind of makes me cringe. It's the trail provides, like the trail, is going to give you, I'm not totally comfortable with that, but it really does. There's so many times that help came in my greatest hour of need. I mean, moments where I really thought I didn't know what to do. Like I was, I'm not the person who can quit, but I was certainly thinking along those lines, and help was there whenever I needed it. And I had people reaching out to me. I had strangers helping me. I had people that knew me. I had friends. I had family. My entire high school class that I dedicated the hike to, they reached out and supported me throughout the entire hike. So ironically, it was this solo hike, a monk spiritual journey. I have never felt less alone in my entire life. And the other thing that I did, which I highly recommend, is I did video logs or vlogs throughout the hike, and started with all 6 of my friends. And by the time the hike was over, gosh, I think on my last video in Katahdin, I had 8,500 views. So I'm like, yeah. And throughout the hike too, it just grew, and people would say, hey, Monk. Hi from Germany, hi from Israel, you inspire me. And so there'd be times when I was so low. And I think this is truly the great use of social media. So there's my moments of like just real despair, and I was just hurting. I'd check my Facebook and be like, you can do it, Monk, you're an inspiration. I'm like, yeah, I can. And it truly lifted me up. and kept me going and sustained me. And I felt a profound connection to people that I'd never met, and not to mention all the people that I did know that would encourage me along the way. So I think it just all depends on where you are in life, what you're looking for, what your motivation is. And for me, loneliness really wasn't too much of a challenge on the AT. So that's that trail bite. Monk out.